It's a huge thing in Japan because it can be up to 55% inheritance tax on larger estates. However, if you're a new expat in Japan, you don't know, you might well stay in Japan for 5 years. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to talk about Japanese inheritance tax for expats right now, and I want to put a disclaimer out there and say this is obviously only relevant as of today, right, and rules can change. But basically, a couple of years ago, some changes were made to the Japanese inheritance tax laws. Previously, only Japanese source assets were taxed inheritance tax, and that's a huge thing in Japan because it can be up to 55% inheritance tax on larger estates. However, what they did is for expats who have lived in Japan for 10 years or above, they started to apply inheritance tax laws. However, more recently, they have changed the rules to mean that only expats who live in Japan for 10 years and now subsequently they're trialing out 5 years are affected by the law. But let's face it, if you're a new expat in Japan, you don't know, you might well stay in Japan for 5 years or 10 years, you don't know. So basically what I would suggest is you always get up-to-date financial planning advice, because there are a lot of exemptions which can allow you to pay less inheritance tax. So I'll give you a great example. Life insurance is one example of an exemption, right? If you have, I think it's about 500,000 5 million Japanese yen, that's one example. Another example is things like charities. There are various exemptions, there's various ways you can plan for it. But the point is, as I put on my article below, it isn't just a case of making money from investments, right? A lot of expats in Japan or Singapore, Hong Kong, whatever, they just focus on things like their salary, how much they're investing, which is great, right? But a lot of people also forget things like inheritance tax, estate planning, sometimes insurances, and always the overall financial picture. So whether you're living in Japan, Singapore, or indeed you're back home, it's always important you have a holistic attitude to your financial planning, and you consider all eventualities. Okay, everyone, look forward to any questions on the article below or indeed on my channel, and have a good day.